All right, guys, it's draft day, and obviously you can see I'm ready. Um, I took the next 2 days off. Figured I'd tune in, or else I'd miss the whole draft. So I wanted to, examine a few players that were recommended to me from different people on Facebook and Twitter. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Shut some of this off real quick. All right, hold stand by 1 second. Still trying to learn this. So the first player I want to take a look at is Keyarris Garrett from Tulsa. He was recommended by Ron Rico on the Bills Fanatics. Let's see here. Bring up his information. He's a pretty big wide receiver. 6'3", runs about 220 pounds. The thing that stands out to me is his 34.5-inch arm length. Hand size says 9, but I thought it was larger than that. But usually mock draftables usually pretty good about measurables. They usually pull from the combine numbers or pro days. It compares to some really good receivers, Michael Floyd, a guy in this draft, Sharon Peak, Mike Evans, obviously you know that name. So go ahead and bring up the film and his stats. Shalik. All right, so here are Garrett's stats from last year. All right, played 97% of the snaps. He had a lot of targets, 166. That was the second most for receivers. 96 receptions, 8th best. Number 1 in receiving yards, 1,588 yards, 8 touchdowns, really good. The thing that stood out to me is 23 explosive plays. On film, he doesn't look like that much of a deep threat, but I mean, he's a big wide receiver, obviously, and they obviously target him a lot. He's able to get a lot of explosive plays. Only 6 drops, that's good. His best games I see, I usually look at, ranked opponents when I start to break down a prospect. And you see Oklahoma, he torched Oklahoma. And that's the first game we're going to watch. He's targeted 18 times, and he still caught 14 for 189 and a touchdown. They got eight first downs. That's awesome. And so we'll look at that game. I was thinking another game, Memphis. I'm not sure how good their defense is, but it looks like he torched them too. There's only obviously so many games that I can analyze because I use Draft Breakdown, and they only cut up so many different games. So we'll kind of go there and see what they have on film. I know they have Oklahoma. Pretty sure they have Memphis. I'm not sure who else they have. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so here's Garrett versus Oklahoma. All right, keep in mind, I'm doing this live. I'm just kind of winging it. So I do have my coach's clicker. So from time to time, actually a lot of the time, you're going to see the screen go and rewind or pause for a second. And because I like to use slow motion when I'm analyzing these guys. So you don't have to change the channel. You can stay tuned. It's just me, going back and looking at the play more closely. It's not your screen or your computer buffering. So keep that in mind when you're watching this. And just as a heads up, I do, pause and rewind in slow-mo a lot. So especially when it comes to defensive linemen, wide receivers, and you'll see here is how does he set up his route from the line of scrimmage in the release phase to his drive phase to his catch point. So, I mean, there are little things I like to point out and to examine when I'm looking at these prospects. So let's take a look at Garrett here.
And it's one of the reasons Philip Montgomery loves having this veteran running
Every play is not going to be analyzed that thoroughly like that one. He just ran off. There's nothing special.
A veteran here, but not with this offense in college. He did throw, and it's one of the reasons Philip Montgomery loves having this.
The start of this film was kind of choppy, so
this offense for him, nothing doing for D'Angelo.
Kind of cut up.
Stop Dane Evans, as we mentioned.
It's not cut up that well, so.
A veteran here, but not with this offense in college. He did throw for over 3,000 yards a year ago. That's a quick look in that's caught in college.
Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure this is all squared away and I'm not on the right screen. Okay, good. All right, let's go back. Oh, okay, this is the first play. I do like his release on this.
For over 3,000 yards a year ago. That's a quick look in.
Very long player. I see him.
He did throw for over 3,000 yards.
Right off the bat in his release phase, he's trying to get the inside move. You see with his left hand, he's trying to get the inside release on this press coverage. Nice little swim move. Controls the hand of the DB. Gets inside release. Quarterback has him. It's obviously intended for him, so he puts it right on. Little bit of a body catch, but
it's caught by Kaiir. Throw for over 3,000 yards a year ago. That's a quick look in that's caught by Keyarris Garrett.
So you see early on,
Garrett,
they wanted to test Oklahoma.
Well, it's that inside receiver on the quick slant route you're talking about. It's what we call a spread. Well, it's that inside receiver on the quick slant route you're talking about. It's what we call a switch route. When those two cross like that,
still enough
for Sanchez to cover.
On 2nd and 8. Power was thrown behind Kevin Lucas.
All have in common. They use pace and tempo. And you're looking at a matchup right here by the quarterback. Nice.
Beautiful.
By the quarterback. Nice.
Same move. Big guy. He can easily outmuscle.
And he's got a tremendous arm. Evans' arm is as good as you'll see.
Try playing physical with him up close and personal early in the game, but then you see with those quick slants, they backed off a little bit more too. A few minutes into the game, so what do they do? Some quick hitters.
There's Garrett again.
Nothing special. I mean, guys so far off, just 3-step hits.
Garrett again. Breaks
that does get his body.
And down to the 12-yard line of Oklahoma. Ahmad Thomas, third quick pitch.
Look at the nice cushion here. But you got to work with.
I like this guy.
Man, bail technique. Like I said, my
big
grandmother
player,
could get a catch on that play, man. That's great. The system will allow you to exploit it if Evans continues to make the right choices.
3rd and 11. Garrett settles in. Breaks another tackle. 3rd and 11. Garrett settles in. Breaks another tackle. And manages
the
5-yard
yards after catches.
Kaiir was back in the free safety spot.
There's a little bubble screen. Good pop. They had it ready. Garrett caught it.
4.5,
you could see both.
That wasn't rocket science. A base play off the left side. Now tempo.
A little bit, but I don't think that's going to be his main forte.
Going fade. Wow. Looking for the corner. Incomplete. That's Kevin. To the top of your screen. Keep an eye on that. Evans has to bring it down. Manages the 15. Has to bring top of your screen. Keep an eye on that.
Oh, okay. Timing was thrown off.
Evans.
So this is what happens here. Quarterback's looking. Gets the snap a little too early. He's looking. Looks like he's looking to this player right here. Obviously, he takes away the passing lane, so then the quarterback looks to Garrett. Decides not to throw it because he sees the corner constantly breaking on it. I mean, it's not a bad
to bring it down. Manages the 15.
But 3rd and 4, he didn't get the first.
Evans.
It's very good timing. You obviously can see that they have good rapport, the quarterback and Garrett. I do like this quarterback. He put some really nice balls on Garrett in this game, from what I saw. Let's see what Tulsa does here is motion the running back out here. And this corner goes out here with him, so obviously they know it's zone coverage. He's obviously trying to find who's going to be the hook the curl defender. He finds his hook the curl defender right here. Sits, and I mean, look how tight this coverage is. talk about timing. Ball's out. And he gets it in there hot. And look at the accuracy. It was right on his hands. That's really good accuracy and timing. But they are short the first down still.
Keyarris Garrett,
So,
but he's shot
would you like to see him extend that route a little more? Yeah. But nonetheless, it's good for him to break down. Another hitch route. This time he gets to the sticks and uses his big body to get the first.
Beautiful.
DB's inside leverage. Surprised if DB didn't break faster on this. You'll see him inside leverage. All right. Single high safety. And DB reads it. He read the route already. Now he's looking for ball. Takes slightly bad angle. I thought he could have easily jumped that and possibly taken that to the house.
He's doing from a scheme standpoint.
He's worried about getting beat deep, so I understand. So guess what? They hit him with those slants early in the game. Watch this play. This, like I said, this throw is fantastic. And even a good route, too, by Garrett here. All right, so we got inside leverage by the DB. Look at this little stutter. DB's reading Garrett. Jumps it. Now he's in the trail. He's going to be in trail mode. But look, he actually gets into the hip pocket of the receiver. Ball's already thrown. As soon as Garrett's head turned, the ball was thrown. But look at this location. DB looks back. Too late. Look at that. That is an amazing throw. Catch by Garrett. So watch it again.
2nd and 14. Nice pump fake.
You can't place that ball anywhere.
Throw that's a beauty. That's a first down. To Keyarris Garrett.
Evans showing no
I like this pick a lot. I actually like that quarterback. I don't know anything about him, but got my eye.
Langer bounces outside. Strong run.
Kind of watch the play on that one.
Atari Bird comes up to
see that. We
help
like to
usher him out.
Exactly what they say and they execute the play.
3rd down and 4. Evans' pass is blocked.
Special there, he just ran off.
Yes, he did. That pass is long, intended for Garrett.
Right, so yes, he go deeper. It's hard to see him.
That pass,
because he kind of goes off the screen.
Yes, he did.
Looks like it's man coverage.
That pass is long.
He gave his quarterback a really good, he gave him the 3 to 4 yards that you need to the boundary. Quarterback just threw it a little bit.
Garrett. 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10.
Another looks like another 3-step slant.
2nd and 10.
3-step speed slant. Pulls up because he knows that safety is coming. Low throw.
Garrett. Complete,
like
and that should be down 6.
4-man rush.
Tipped into the air as Sanchez jumped the route in front of Garrett. He knew exactly what was coming that time. In front of Garrett, 6.
So 3rd and 6, 2 minutes left in the half. DB's playing inside leverage. They're expecting this play. They're expecting that slant again. So this time he jumps it. Throws late. You see it's a late throw. He broke well before this.
4-man rush.
Boom, ball should come out.
Red beans. Popped sorghum. Pepitas. Yellow peas. Introducing the new Kashi Goleen cereal. Plant-powered ingredients to help you live your active life. They just go together.
Playing commercials when I'm trying to record.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm just gonna delete that. All right.
Evans brings it down. Makes a nice decision there. Keyarris Garrett. Evans brings it.
Spread in the field, 5 wide, 4-man rush. Zone coverage.
Evans brings it down. Makes a
Garrett, what he does here, he does get open for his quarterback and save him.
Keyarris Garrett decided to come back to his quarterback, make himself available.
Getting beat by 3 touchdowns. Oh, I love that route.
That's the pattern that's been there.
Slant and go. See the DB is affected by it. Gets flat-footed. Garrett has just enough to get by him. He's got the separation. You can see it here. Tracking the ball and just, man, just the
pattern that's been there for Keyarris Garrett. That time of a big-time first down to keep the drive alive for Tulsa. Evans on the run, floats it out there, incomplete. Atkinson.
It's inside, but the matchup problem becomes when you need him in coverage.
There goes Evans, and he slides down shy of the 50. And they're now on 34, but you're right, and it's something that runs through tonight.
Okay, this is a play. It's not to him, but keep an eye on him at the top of the screen. Cornerback obviously is settling in, doing, you know, in press coverage. Getting torched all day, but he stays in the game. One thing that worries me about Garrett is press coverage. Now, if he has a DB that has just as much talent, just as much arm length as him, and strength in a press technique, look at, he gets jammed up pretty good here. Again, I don't know. It doesn't look like he's going 100%, honestly, and trying to sell this route because the play is actually going to the opposite side. But it is something to keep in mind.
They're now on 34, but you're right, and it's
I've seen him anywhere rated from 2 to 4th or 5th round pick. So,
they're now on 34,
of course he's going to have some roads. He's going to have some things he needs to work on. But right there, that's a pretty good jam. And honestly, you can see that what this defender right here is doing. So I mean, I don't know, maybe he's not 100%, but because they were watching this slant, which they should be.
Well, we all talked about as you see that
Striker out there hurt you. Well, he's bigger. They need hybrid players who are more athletic to cover slot receivers.
Usually that's what happens when teams that spread it out 2 by 2 like this. They want to run some type of screen, or they want to run some type of inside run here. Just, you know, getting guys out of the box. If they get 6 in the box, they usually would like to run it, but I mean, I don't know this offense that well.
More athletic to cover slot receivers.
You can see that
bigger. They need hybrid players who are more
watch his tackle.
Athletic to cover slot receivers.
That might have been an RPO.
He's bigger. They need hybrid players who are more athletic
to tackle.
Cover slot receiver.
Yeah, it looks like the QB is reading this defender right here. He stays in the box, so they throw it.
So off that first down, they're 28th at the game. They go to Keyarris Garrett on the quick wide receiver screen. Play fake to
another good
looking long.
location on this ball. And you'll see it from a better angle.
Quick wide receiver
Take a look
screen.
at his release here. DB is off and soft.
Play fake.
I'm going to be nitpicky here, so bear with me. I think it's a great throw, a great catch. And when you look at this other angle, you see one thing that I didn't like about this route.
The fact that number 1 feels
Garrett with a flag down, has it at the 5-yard.
Scores the fact that number 1 feels like
he's off coverage. The thing I didn't like about this is he gave his quarterback very little room to the boundary here. You'll see by the time he gets on his stem upfield, he only has 1 or 2 yards leeway for his quarterback.
The ball is
still in a good position. Obviously, he has a catch radius. DB's looking back at the ball. Tracks the ball really well. And there's a slight push off with his forearm, which is very subtle and obviously is not going to be called. It's very
on this, and they come after
good hands catch on the play. So let me
the first snap is as entitled. The ball is
little push off right at the end, at the top of the route, right here. You see his forearm push off the shoulders. Doesn't extend really, just but you can see it affects this.
Is on this.
It's a good play.
And they've come after him from the first snap, Timmy. I don't know about that, man. That's a little bit.
Cheryl's and the Tigers. Out the clock. Hold on to win 9-6.
There's that 3-step slant again.
Out the clock.
like the quarterback. Just a little late. Throw, so he tried pushing it hot. Pushed off his hand instead of letting it roll off his hand.
Evans.
This is a nice play. He finds a weak spot in the zone.
Here in 78, 79.
Okay. So he sees a weak spot in the zone. Looks like these guys try to take away that slant again that he was torching them on. So he finds a nice little window. Goes quarterback. Boom, sits down, gets square. Quarterback finds him, of course.
Evans.
Nice catch.
Finds his man, Keyarris
Now, if he could just break that
Garrett.
tackle, he'd be running to the end zone. But that's one game on Keyarris Garrett. Let's see how long the other game is. Bring up the Memphis game if possible. Just bear with me 1 second. Oh. Why is this glitchy? All right, New Mexico, Virginia Tech, Memphis, Arizona State. All right, we'll go with the Memphis tape. I haven't watched this one yet, so this will be new for me. I do like this kid.
Redshirt freshman in the backfield alongside him. Out of the shotgun, running this
wide receiver in the 4th to 5th round area. And honestly, I think they really like Cal's Kenny Lawler, but
offensive system. Warren gets the handoff.
Garrett does have some
country Tulsa
and stuff to work with.
Evans from the shotgun throws short. The pass is caught for a first and 10. Tulsa. Evans, and I don't know if that was a busted play or what. Banis, one of the standouts.
So you can see they spread the field.
Evans, and I don't know if that was a busted caught for a first and 10. Tulsa. Evans, and I don't know if that was a busted play or what. Banis, one of the standouts on the Memphis defense. There's another completion, this time on the right side.
Long, slow drives to keep Paxton Lynch on the bench.
Yeah, he's right up.
Handoff this time and picking his way forward. Nice run for Ramadi Warren. And their first 5 plays from scrimmage. Play fake on 1st and 15.
He's not that shifty, but he does show some good wiggle.
5 plays
in his release phase and drive phase. I mean, I think teams know that he wants to get outside.
Play fake on.
But again, he's very tight to the sideline, and part of that on this play is just where the coordinator aligns him. That's not all on him.
Incomplete off the hand of Verhood.
You start looking at the pressure on the right side of the screen. Big Dylan is one of the best football players.
2nd and 15. Pressure comes immediately, and Evans is going down.
Again, look, he's a yard or 2 from the sideline, so that's part of the offense.
Rush.
It's not all on him.
That throw incomplete. He threw the slip.
It's got to be fun.
Handoff to just Flanders, who's down. Tulsa spreads that defense out. That game's Flanders, who's down.
All right, it looks like they try to press him here. Slight inside leverage by the DB.
Tulsa.
And you can see he wastes some steps. And he's so worried about trying to get, distance between him and the DB that he wastes steps, and then he's trying to hand fight with the DB. You want him just to worry about getting his release. You don't want him pitter-pattering his feet and then getting into his release. That release off the line of scrimmage is quite critical for a guy like that when he's not down the field.
Offense. That's a completion and a broken tackle down the sideline. Late in the game.
Now they try to stack him.
Play fake and right through the hand.
They're back out there too quickly.
3rd and 7. Pressure right through the hand.
They're back out there too quickly.
3rd and 7. Pressure. Evans can't get. Their defense had an excellent stand, getting the ball back with that good field position. Now Evans takes a shot. He's got a man open. And it's a touchdown.
Really good protection up front. Maximum protection. There is no penetration at all. It gave Dane Evans time to throw.
Here on campus, and the Tulsa fans looking for what would be a not turning it over. Gives it up. The handoff.
Time you have the turnovers in the game.
Play fake.
That he wastes. I mean, the play's not
gives it up.
But he does waste
time you have the turnovers in the game.
And that's like
Play
6 to
fake
8
that throw.
steps that he wasted.
The wide receivers, so you could run the ball up inside. Dane Evans takes that one and makes
An exciting player. We may see him for a number of snaps tonight. He hands the ball off.
So Philip Montgomery got him to come here and play quarterback. Really good player.
He got hit hard. Some skills that Coach Montgomery really values. Down the sideline. Another.
That's a great adjustment.
He really values.
Good player.
He got hit hard. Some skills.
So they stack them.
That Coach Montgomery really values.
Play man coverage. There's a vertical release. Good throw.
Down the side.
I mean, he has that DB burned. But you'll see, he has to come back for the ball inside a little more. So he widened the route. Quarterback leads him inside. He adjusts. He leaves his feet, honestly, which he probably didn't have to, but he was more worried about his about the catch than his
once again,
spatial
big,
awareness.
tall guy.
Look at his eyes. Tracking the ball really well. He's worried about the catch.
He can outrun you. Keyarris Garrett, special player, and he's giving Memphis trouble.
33 yards, quick snap. Evans looking
Seems like
for the
their
end
offense
zone.
is very similar to what Baylor does. Is when the receivers aren't getting the ball, they're kind of just catching their breath. And look, I mean, the spacing is off. They're not even running routes.
3 yards.
So it looks like their offense is very similar to Baylor.
Evans looking for the end zone into double coverage. Time pressure, not just tonight, the last several weeks. Straight ahead.
I think he was actually even running out
double
on that
coverage.
play.
Time pressure, not just tonight, the last several weeks. Straight ahead running. 3rd and 5 with a flag thrown. Taking a shot to the end zone with 2 different receivers there. It's incomplete. May see more of him. Just a true freshman. He hands the ball off. Also has been a great red zone team. They've moved the ball on offense. They haven't been great in this part of the field, but they haven't had this guy.
Probably got 4 downs in this situation.
I saw that touchdown percentage, one of the worst in college football. President, he'll get the first down. Stacked up inside play tonight. It's Dane Evans back in the game, the primary quarterback. He'll hand the ball off straight ahead. Even faster than on the season coming in. A fumble, but the ball off the turf bounces right back to Evans, and he completes the field. The turf bounces right back to Evans, and he completes the field.
Ball skills.
Dane Evans coming off the fake. He
picks the ball up and just rifles it. I don't know if he got the laces on that. Boom, picks it up. You know, she's got to get rid of it.
Dane Evans coming off the fake. He fumbles the ball. Luckily, it bounces right back up, and he throws a slant on the
ball anyway, so he dribbled before he threw the pass. Evans is going to scramble this time. Evans will be caught. Ankle, who was the head coach through last year. Replaced by Philip Montgomery. The completion from Evans last year. Time Evans will be caught. Ankle, who was the head coach through last.
You see, he tries to set the DB inside. DB doesn't fall for it. Stays right with him.
Here. Replaced by Philip Montgomery.
Yeah, he body catches a lot.
Completion from Evans.
Each week.
Handoff and
see that he body catches a lot when the passes are hot.
Switch positions
when the passes
because
are deep,
Fuente was
he shows
so
his soft
talented and
hands
they knew it was his team.
And catches it.
Nearly picked off.
And catches
Second
it almost
and 10.
like he's, you know,
that
like the
pass
ball's dropping
by Garrett.
into his hands. As his hands,
Fuente
his
rooting
palms up,
section.
lets
Kind
it
of a
drop
high
into his
snap.
hands.
Good handle by Evans, and then Second and 9, play fake. Over the middle, and it's intercepted. Not that. Only 24 seconds to go until halftime. They will use that jet sweep to Hobbs, who gets tackled.
Much time's left on the clock.
Evans pressured even on this play. Does get away. Enough to heave it toward the end zone. It is.
Oh, nice play.
Tulsa toward the end.
I got to give some love to the QB
Much
here.
time's left on the clock.
He gets a little antsy in the pocket because he has a decent pocket. But I love what he does here. Switches the ball into his left hand. Stiff arms his the end.
Even on this
But has the awareness to stay behind the line of scrimmage. Puts the ball into his right hand as he's getting tackled. Plants and throws.
Enough to heave it
That was
toward
a
the end
heck of a
zone.
play. DB should have just batted this down. But the body control by Garrett there is fantastic. You know, 2 guys on him. Look, big hands. I don't know if this play actually stood, if there was any penalties or anything, but the body control on this play was pretty cool.
Tulsa.
I mean, the quarterback didn't have enough arm to get it to the back of the end zone where Garrett would have been probably wide open. DBs are fighting over it. Here comes a third DB. But his size and obviously length kept him in the play. Wow, that was pretty.
It's amazing how many times the Hail Mary works because guys have got to bat the ball down. Guys, don't catch it, bat it down. Because when you tip it up in the air, you got a big, tall guy like number 1, Keyarris Garrett, and he jumps high and gets the football.
I mean, Mollett and Whitty both were there to knock it down.
Awesome
Neither did. I mean, Tulsa is facing an opponent that is going to put points on the board.
Giving up some good plays, but they know they have a chance still.
Play fake, and the throw is in. I think you're right about that.
Like this quarterback,
third and 8
obviously
here.
doesn't have
From the shotgun pressure, he's going down. Ball. He does it in a lot of different ways. Well, Tulsa's got to go now on offense. They certainly have
to throw from the right.
He does it in a lot of different ways. Well, Tulsa's got to go now on offense. They certainly have the firepower to do it.
Didn't need to let Memphis get back on the field.
Play fake. More pressure. Jackson Dillard with 2 into Memphis territory. Another play fake. Taking a shot. End zone.
Oh, did he get his foot in?
Another play fake. Taking a shot.
That's a good throw. Catch. That left foot down. No. Right foot up first.
Incomplete. See how close it was.
So, I mean, he does show good body control, but sometimes loses his spatial awareness is off just a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, the right foot definitely was out of bounds. The question is, was the left foot down there while he had possession? What do you think?
I think it's a touchdown. I think the left foot's in.
Doing your job and calm down.
Second and 15. That pass is caught.
They're starting to play him like teams did Sammy. They put one guy underneath, one guy deep to see him. You got the defender right here. Probably should be occupying this area. And you got the corner over the top.
That's in.
Doing your job and calm down.
Same play.
Second and 15. That pass is caught by the big play.
Package in.
35.
That slant is caught, but a nice tackle.
That was even shorter. Looked like a one-stepper.
Straight ahead run for President.
You are through.
Straight ahead run for President.
You are through.
To see, all right, DB's inside leverage, so he wants to use that boundary as a defender. 3rd and 2. Why do they do that? Of course, they want to take away that quick slant.
3rd and 2, and President is in.
Of course, they
as the running quarterback gets to that edge and stumbles forward. In this part of the game, maybe they might consider that. Big pressure comes. The pass is caught. Nice for a gain of maybe. Big pressure comes. The pass is caught.
On his
nice for a gain of
again.
maybe
he's worried so much about getting distance between himself and the DB that he's two-handing this guy, which almost opens him up. You can see him stand straight up, and it gives that DB that much more surface area to jam him. Of course, he's long enough to work through it, but I mean, that throws off the play. I mean, you can see the DB. Looks like he's got him in the wide receiver has the DB as far as height goes, but as soon as your pad level goes up like that, you just give that DB that much more surface area to disrupt your route.
Really tight.
4th and 2 for Tulsa. President straight ahead. I don't think so.
And David Shaw's got a really good football team.
They play a lot of games at night. That throw off the back foot.
My coaching's hard.
Hand off.
DB started to get really physical.
My coaching's hard.
Not backing down. Look at that nice jam.
And
no separation at all.
And a short.
It's never over.
Yeah, he knows firsthand.
Told us that yesterday.
The throw complete to the right side. And you mentioned that Baylor system, and this is the pure Baylor system. Phil Montgomery was with Art Browse for 16 years. Evans on the move. Switched the ball to his left hand. Now loses it as he's trying to go out of bounds.
Props earlier, and he goes and does
Switched the ball to his left hand. Browse for 16 years. Evans on the move. Switch the ball to his left hand. Now loses it as he's trying to go out of bounds.
Tell him at 6-0 quit. You'd be the only coach never to have a loss. But he's doing a great job. Tell him at 6-0 quit. You'd be the only coach never to have a loss. But he's doing a out of bounds. Tell him at 6-0 quit. You'd be the only coach never to.
All right, he's running the slant, but you can see his eyes aren't on the quarterback. He's trying to find what defender is going to be occupying this area. It's this linebacker. And it's just an easy pitch and catch.
But he's doing a great job at this.
So I don't think he'll listen.
He doesn't really have
Keyarris Garrett.
This is who they are.
After the catch.
Wide splits.
Garrett's over 200 yards receiving now with 3 touchdowns.
I mean, I hate.
There's a throw out of bounds.
Talking about comps,
handle the ball off too much.
His body type and just his
going forward,
speed
that would
kind of reminds
be a problem.
me of,
Evans down the right sideline, incomplete.
Obviously, he's not. I don't think he's as physical as Keyshawn.
Another shot down the field. It is
really good.
Team defense out there. Fake, really good protection up front. The ball's thrown perfectly over the outside shoulder.
Another subtle push
and Keyarris
150.
Come on.
Sideline incomplete. Another shot down the field.
DB actually did a really good job staying with him. Just missed times to jump. I think he's hoping to disrupt the focus of the receiver there, but that's actually a good play on the ball by the DB.
Team defense out there. Fake, really good protection up front. The ball's thrown perfect.
Watch his left hand. He's got it just, it looks like he's got it right under his shoulder. Slight push off with the forearm.
The outside shoulder.
That's a great play there.
And Keyarris
152 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Impressive night.
Handoff.
Actually beat Arizona in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, great game. Under pressure, throw on the move, a completion, adding to the totals for Garrett for the Tigers. This one is caught again, short. On the tackle with the ball coming out. It is recovered in bounds in Memphis. Along the
player for Memphis tonight for us.
So that's a catch.
Ruling on the field is an interception by Memphis. Previous play is under further review.
Well, we know it's not an interception.
Really good job by Regis staying in bounds. Keeping his balance. You've always got to hustle for you young guys. The only thing that matters. You can fix all the areas that you need to fix after a win.
You know, Simon knows what will happen tomorrow to move up.
Pretty much the end of the game here.
And they have a winning streak.
It's not even set there.
Another carry.
I think that's it, guys. All right, so I'm done with Garrett. I do like the guy. I think he's a good target in the 5th round. Stand by 1 second. We're gonna switch gears here, and I think we'll go Calhoun next.